Alrighty, guys. Welcome to another episode of Coaching Chats. We've got Adam and Simon today, and Jules is MIA. If anyone has heard from Jules, please call Simon LeCouliard on, what's your number, Simon?
No.
Don't call Simon because Simon's upset. Also, don't give out your personal details on an online forum that goes on YouTube, kids. You're going to get people, all our subscribers from like overseas calling you.
Yeah. You're got the business number, not me.
That's a good point. And my phone doesn't work up here. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm currently up north. Adam is in his bedroom and Simon is in his office. So this is why my place looks like this. And I've got like a evacuation notice on my wall there. So what happened this week in the world of fitness and strength? There was a world record, Simon. Did you watch it?
Yes, all right. Yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for that in detailed response to that excellent lead that I just gave you. So for anyone who hasn't watched...
Down Eddie.
You are?
Down Eddie.
You don't like Eddie?
No, he took down Eddie.
He did take down Eddie, and we are in mourning for that because that is Simon's close personal friend, Eddie Hall. He used to... We'll probably get into that story later because I did say at one stage that you would tell everyone that story, so we can do that later. But Hafthor Bjornsson, that's how you pronounce his name, isn't it? I just call him the Mountain because he's on Game of Thrones. Just did 501 just to flex out on a world record. And he made it look pretty easy.
In his home garage.
You what?
In his home garage.
Yeah, in his home gym with all his Icelandic mates screaming really loudly at him and him sniffing a lot of that ammonia stuff. Is that what it is, ammonia?
I don't know. Jules knows better.
What is it, that stuff that they crack in? Like, we don't deal with it that much because we don't do that much. We don't do powerlifting work that often. So, like, what is it?
I'm just Googling.
Just something. Smelling.
It's just a thing that gets you going. But
yeah, smelling salts, ammonia, NH3
yeah, what must be good for your brain cells, but
causes an adrenaline spike and dulls fatigue and your pain in your muscles.
Is it legal? Well, obviously, it's legal for him.
Yeah.
But like, is it legal across all sports?
No.
No, but it's only effective for something like powerlifting because it's just that one effort.
Okay.
But I don't think it would be very helpful for
But
like,
if it's limiting fatigue, like, why aren't we getting 50-meter swimmers doing it?
well, because you wouldn't be able to like do it right on the podium. There's probably like some sort of limiting.
I know
factor.
you can do whatever you really want behind the blocks just before you swim. But anyway, that was a side project. But you both watched it. Simon, you're the powerlifting expert, if we had one, of this panel discussion with the barbell in the background. Give us your hot tips on the lift.
I don't know. I kind of was asleep when I watched it, as usual. I don't know, like you see Thor's stance is very different to most other people. Only Thor can do that stance. We wouldn't teach someone to stand with their feet that wide apart and their hands outside, unless they're doing a sumo, then you bring their hands inside, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's only someone like Thor because he's, 7 foot?
He is a massive. Yeah.
7 foot, whatever, and 50 kilos, 60 kilos?
Yeah, he is a very, very large dude. What do you reckon by beating it by 1 kilo? Like, do you think
It
that's
looks
a bit
like
of a
he could have
cop-out?
beaten it by 10.
Yeah, he probably could have gone a lot more, but still that initial getting off the ground, that's the hardest bit.
Yeah, once you got the momentum, it becomes like once you got past inertia, you kind of move a little bit. You get a bit of movement going, and you crank it up. Did you guys see any hate online about it, or is it mainly just love? Because I've been slightly off the grid.
I haven't really looked. I just saw the video and I was
The
like,
lead up to it is like, does it really count? It's done at home, all that kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard a few of those, but coming out of it is the better news. We are going to see Eddie Hall, the previous world record holder for the deadlift, in a fight against the mountain himself. What do you boys reckon about that?
I think that'd be quality entertainment.
As much. I think it's going to be a bit of a pass. Like,
Can you imagine those units? Are they going 12 rounds?
it's as bad as like Mayweather taking on whoever he takes on just for some money.
But like they are both crossing into a new sport, so in that regards, they will kind of be at the same. I don't know. Eddie Hall's a pretty tough dude, you know, Simon. So your close personal friend.
Like Hafthor's reach is just going to be like
massive.
And
his paws, the size of his hands are just ridiculous. But I reckon, because Eddie's got a bit of cardio to him, as I posted before when he broke that CrossFit world record, he's got a bit of cardio to him. And he's a lot better shape than Four is. And he'll be in a lot better shape by the time the fight rolls around, I reckon. So I reckon Eddie Hall is going to be the nimble fighter. He's going to be ducking and weaving. He's going to be going around. And he's going to gas him. What do you reckon?
I reckon if Thor lands a hit straight away, it's over.
I reckon if either would land a hit, it's pretty much over.
That is a big punch.
They are massive dudes. Like, Adam, have you got your laptop up right now?
Yeah, I
can you Google the weights of both of them and like some stats? Let's get like a little head-to-head going. What are you saying, Simon?
Just depends how much they both really dedicate to this fight.
Well, you know Eddie Hall is going to actually put every single ounce of his being into it because he's a psychopath.
As well.
Pardon?
Thor will have other goals. I'm sure he's going to want to take on this man again next year.
Yeah. So, like, I'm thinking Eddie's probably going to put everything behind this to get the job done in his classic way. Like, if you've seen that that Netflix documentary that they did on him, he's an absolute freak. Like, training-wise, he is nuts. So, like, I'm not saying that Four isn't. He obviously is, but he is a big dude, isn't he? Are they going to make the ring bigger?
You just froze out for like 10 seconds just then.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. I was about to say, are they going to make the ring bigger?
I don't know if they've even thought that far ahead, really. So where is it even being held? Like,
Las Vegas.
Is it like official? Like,
yeah, it's legit. It's out. There's posters. There's like contracts. Everything's done. It's all going on. Las Vegas. It's going to Vegas, baby.
Huge.
Because that's where all the people fight.
Yeah. All right. So you want some stats, Ryan?
Yeah, give me some stats.
The mountain is 2.05 meters tall.
5? 2.05.
2.05.
How big's that? What am I? I'm 180. Oh, he's big, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 15. He's 25 centimeters taller than you. He weighs 193 kilos.
How much?
193 kilos.
Could you imagine that paw just like coming through? And I wonder if he's going to go for the Game of Thrones like Eye Destroyer.
Yeah. So Eddie Hall is 190. So 1.9 meters tall. So he's 15 centimeters shorter, and according to Wikipedia, is 164 kilos.
Good old Wikipedia.
So he's got like 30 kilos. So he's 15 centimeters shorter and 30 kilos lighter.
He has been cutting a lot of weight recently. Four's going to have to drop weight. Don't you reckon? Or just in the process of doing the training, he's going to drop a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Like for him to be able to move and function, he's going to have to drop weight, you would think.
Well, how agile was he in Game of Thrones? I can't even remember.
He did a lot of walking but I'm not sure if that was just the character or that's how he actually walks. He does walk a lot like this, but they all do because they're 200 kilos of just massive people. I don't know.
Shoot.
I know. I went up to 90 kilos. I felt like that when I walked.
So he's a solid 100 kilos heavier than you ever were.
Yeah, but it's all relative. Like, I put on like over 20 kilos in like a year or two.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
My joints did not like that.
Yeah, even when I put on like a couple kilos,
That was your mass move mass phase, wasn't it, Simon? You were in the powerlifting realm.
Yeah.
Eddie mass is good mass.
So, Adam, let's get you calculating some stuff. I want to go back to this deadlift because I'm thinking, like, how much does he weigh? 190.
193, yeah.
And he's just lifted 501.
Yeah.
What's that ratio?
That's 2.6 times 21.
Oh.
But then Eddie Hall would have him on ratio, right? Because that's 500. What was he? One.
Is that at his peak weight? Is that when the weight
So
that he did
Eddie's-
that, or the way he's at now?
Well, that's just what it just came up on Google.
Yeah. But Eddie wouldn't have been as heavy as 4 because he's like a head and shoulders shorter than the bloke.
Yeah, well, so Eddie was 160.
He
Was
was
164 according to Google. So that was the 500.
Was he big, Simon? Was he a big dude?
He was a big dude, wasn't he? He even said like
He's still 190 tall. Like.
And it was going to kill him if he carried on.
Yeah. So like that's why he's always like in the documentary. If you guys want to go watch the documentary on Netflix, I'm sure it's still there. It's absolutely nuts. But like it talks about how much he eats and like his training and like just the pure dedication that he has. And he's like sleeping with like an oxygen mask on so he could actually like, because if he like lies on his back for too long, he stops breathing apparently and stuff like that because he was that big. Like he can't like produce that much force in his like to breathe enough. So he had like assisted breathing and.
That was the same with Louis Simmons and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, most guys that big, like they need to do it to breathe. They've even looked at it to enhance sports performance. So even people without sleep apnea are already using sleep apnea machines for recovery and oxygen.
Well, you've got one, don't you, Simon?
Not at the moment. I had tried one.
You tried one. Did that help?
I didn't really notice an increased difference, but I only tried it for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. Right.
Is it like my big thing about wearing those things is like I struggle to wear anything on my face without getting really like that. I know I've got a beard, so it's a bit hypocritical, but like I struggle to like have like like eye masks and stuff when you're traveling. Like I can't sleep with an eye mask on. It just flips me out. So like
so it would be like the benefit of the machine versus like the disruption it causes, like which one outweighs which.
Yeah. If you're doing it to survive, you're going to have to do it, aren't you? So
yeah, well, if it's dying versus breathing, then obvious.
You're probably taking the breathing, aren't you? Simon, you've met Eddie, haven't you? When he was a younger are you older or younger than Eddie?
I'm a year older than Eddie. Yeah.
So when did you meet Eddie?
I met him back in the day when we were both swimmers in England. A couple of training camps. He was more of a sprinter back then. I was more of a 200-meter swimmer, so didn't really race often. But we did a few like talent ID camps and things like that.
Have you got a story?
No, none that are appropriate.
You're not going to tell the stories, are you? He's a bit of a loose cannon, isn't he?
Well, yeah.
Well, he was back in the day. Simon's like, I'm not doing anything. This is going on YouTube. my legal team has advised me not to speak.
Next thing you know, Eddie Hall challenges Simon Lukuia to a fight.
So, I reckon you could probably outrun Eddie Hall.
I don't know. With my John Cena running.
Yeah, you John Cena like. Duh, duh, duh. So what do we reckon for crossover? Because like they're both big solid dudes. They're gonna have a lot of pressing power. Like I honestly think it's gonna be who hits someone first. Is that the same with boxing? That's pretty common amongst boxing, but like I'm worried.
Whoever-
I think it's dangerous. Eh? Like, I think there's a lot of force going on there for a bunch of like two dudes who haven't got a lot of like boxing
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
It's like putting a child in a Formula One car and saying drive us around a course, isn't it?
I don't know how
Yeah, they don't really understand the capabilities.
Yeah. What was that, Simon?
I don't know how friendly they are because there is a bit of a rivalry there. So yeah,
Well, yeah, didn't after Eddie Hall won World's Strongest Man in, when was it, 2016? 2016 and then Four won 2017, yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't he call him didn't Four call him a cheat?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he called him on social media that said he cheated. I'm not sure. Don't like quote me on that. That's hearsay.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just know, like in anything, there's a rivalry there. It depends who wants to be top dog most.
I think they're mates, but like they're competitive mates. I don't necessarily think there's like bad blood there where they actually don't like each other.
Yeah, can't comment.
Do you? I don't know. From what I see on like, well, the media doesn't really tell you anything anyway, but like what you see on social media, like he was one of the first people to come out and say like, congratulations, you broke my record. Like he probably, I think he also said you should have done it like 2 years ago, but that's all right.
Yeah, right.
Really, Eddie should just have another crack at it. Like, they shouldn't cross over into another sport. They should just stick to deadlift.
Yeah.
Just Eddie, just build back up, mate. You've lost like, I don't know how much weight he's lost. He's lost a ton of weight. He keeps posting on his Instagram. I'm gonna try and find something. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, it would depend on like he could just say like power to weight ratio, because like even at his heaviest weight, I don't think he would have been 193, would he? He would have been that.
I have no idea. He's a massive dude, and when he was like lifting, he was a real big dude.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if Thor only beat his record by a kilo but weighed like significantly more, I'll just use that argument. I'll be like, yeah, good on you, mate.
Back when I was 433 pounds training for World's Strongest Man. Oh my golly gosh. So he was 196 kilos.
So he was heavier
when he won. Yeah.
Okay, well then he doesn't even have that argument, and then Thor still wins on absolute and relative strength.
6'3", 196 kilos. That's like 8 big people.
Yeah.
Really, they should just do push-pull comp.
Simon wants this push-pull comp to become a reality. Simon wants to set up a federation of push-pull so he doesn't have to squat.
Just start it, Simon.
Push-pull comps around. I just got to,
Simon, if you were going to start a federation of push-pull comp, what would the requirements be? You've got this planned out?
There's loads of them around. I wouldn't set one up.
Why wouldn't you set up a federation?
I'm not into that much.
I just like doing it in my garage. It's really fun. I like benching. I like deadlifts. It's really good.
Very much. Just an enthusiast.
I'm an enthusiast.
Deadlift enthusiast.
I'm a weekend warrior enthusiast.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up because we're not even talking about what we were going to talk about anymore. Adam, what's your bet? What do you reckon, and why?
Well, I don't know much about boxing or either of the guys, but I'm going to say the Mountain just because he's got a bigger reach. Like he can kind of just stand further back. And if you're taking like the relative strength that they have at the moment, if he hits him, then it's done.
Simon?
Oh, I've got to go Eddie.
You got to go Eddie? Why?
Just run circles around him.
You what?
He'll run circles around Thor and then land a big punch.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Eddie. And I don't know. I think he's going to work harder and he's in better shape now. And I think that's a big thing. Like when you're coming off like a world record deadlift attempt, your entire focus is on putting on mass and making sure you are the strongest possible person you can get to that. He's going to have to like get fit and then he's got to try and get fit and then he's got to learn to do boxing as well. So, and Eddie Hall has already been getting fit. Like you can see in some of the stuff that he's been doing with some of the challenges he's been doing for charity. Like he's been getting quite fit because a lot of those things have been kind of almost more aerobic than strength based because he's trying to lose a bit of weight. So I reckon Eddie, because he can go up weight and still maintain some fitness and go from there. And he's a bad man. I think Eddie Hall's a bad man. So I think that counts for something.
Yeah, he's seen as the villain in this because Thor's the hero.
Is Thor the hero?
I reckon. That's what the general public probably sees. Because he was on Game of Thrones and stuff. So
yeah, he's more mainstream, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Good chat, boys. Thank you, everyone, for having a listen to us talk about something we have no idea about.
The one person who has any idea wasn't even here.
Yeah, the one guy we actually wanted to get some good knowledge points on combat sports, and he's a big powerlifting fan as well. Jules is not here, so we'll have to get his bet later on. But thanks for everyone for watching. I am on another roundtable discussion tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. That is with the guys from Orphic again. It's the same crew that was on it last time, and hopefully I won't look too terrible after coming off night shift on a mine site. So hope you guys all have a good time. I hope you guys can get outside a bit and do some working out in the field, not in your home because it's been bad weather. But continue to do what you're doing, guys, and keep going. As always, stay strong, stay safe, stay connected, be formidable.
Be formidable.
Simon, say it.
No.
Say it, Simon. Say it for me. I'm not going until you say it. Just
fine. Make the video stretch out from now. Right?